대박이다 진짜. 특별한 콘텐츠. 오디오 투어. 오디오 투어는 뭐지? 처음에 했던 거 그대로인 것 같은데. 오디오 투어는 뭐지? 스토리가 똑같긴 한데 뭐지 이거? 뭐가 좀 바뀐 것 같은데? 이거 아까 다 본 스토리니까 바로 넘길게요. 아까 왔던 데고 여기도. 다른 게 있네. 테이프 재생.
Hi, it's Jake again.
Hey, I'm Chris Remo.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Hi there. I was a game designer and the music
아,
composer
게임
on Firewatch.
디자이너가
Nice.
직접
So you're
이제
hearing now the first piece of interactive music that went into Firewatch. The first piece of music that actually
Responds to what you're doing in the game.
exactly.
파이어워치
So this
뮤직을
is
이제
a
틀어준다고.
piece of music that's divided into technically 6 parts. And what's happening is as you're playing through this introductory sequence, when you hit certain points in the narrative, it sends a signal to Wise, which is the name of the audio middleware we're using. And then when Wise gets that signal, it waits until the next sort of musically appropriate transition point. And then when it hits that, it smoothly transitions into the next section of music. And so it creates the effect that you're just listening to one big long piece of music that just happens to be timed very nicely
It just
to your
happens.
playthrough.
It just happens to get sadder and sadder at the exact rate that your life gets sadder and sadder.
Yeah, exactly. This was a challenging process, both because I had no idea what the music should sound like, and also because it was the first interactive piece of music in the game. So the technical sort of just how does this work was also a part of it. But as it turned out, this music was changed. I mean, Jake, you may remember this. This music changed relatively little over the course of development
Yeah, I
in
think-
comparison to a lot.
Follow
I think it started
감사합니다.
off as maybe 3 pieces and it expanded out to 5 over development. But other than that, it's one of the first things dropped
보여드린
in.
것도 없는데
shipped.
팔로우를.
Get ready to hear about that a lot on this commentary.
감사합니다. 이게 스토리가 술집에서 어떤 여자를 만났는데 주인공이 계속 이제 오래 사귀다가 그 애인이 치매를 걸려요. 치매 걸려가지고 치매가 워낙 심해지니까 어쩔 수 없이 이제 미국에서 지내다가 호주에 있던 가족 여자친구 부모님한테 연락을 해가지고 여자친구랑 어쩔 수 없게 헤어지게 돼요. 이 주인공이 사슴이네. 그러면서 이제 주인공은 현실에 있던 여자친구랑 있던 이제 그 슬픈 기억들을 잊어버리기 위해서 깊은 산속, 여기 산속으로 파이어워치란 깊은 산속으로 와가지고 이렇게 이제 일을 지원하게 되죠. 이쪽 파이어워치죠. 일로 지원하게 되면서 시간이 지나면서 이제
I'm Nels Anderson, and I was a designer and gameplay
이거
programmer on
보니까
Firewatch.
제가 지금 한 거는
and
파이어워치
I worked on the 3D
제작사들이
environment art in Firewatch.
So you're likely standing at the base of your home away from home. You're home in the wilderness. For all
만든
intents and
크래킹
purposes, more or less, this is basically just a real straight-up tower like they existed out in the woods, right?
Yeah, I think it is Portland. There's somebody in Portland who was very good about archiving a lot of blueprints about various type of fire lookouts of the state, and we got some,
다 써져
and
있네.
that's how we started off building the Firewatch. The lookout tower, just by looking through how they were actually built.
It's slightly taller than a real one, right?
We had to make quite a bit of adjustments because, for example, the stairway you see here, normally fire lookout stairways are not on the outside, but for more interesting gameplay and views for the player, we opted to change that. But ultimately we still wanted the tower to feel like a real tower. So we had to figure stuff like, hey, how does the plumbing actually work? How do they
Right.
get water? Stuff like that. It actually is very important for a real tower.
And if you go look around the base of the tower, you will actually see a big old plastic cistern.
타워에서 보면
We are not a survival game of any
주변
sort,
경관이 되게
but
이뻐요.
it is important to make sure that all that stuff is actually thought out, so the space
저쪽에는
feels realistic.
스페르노.
Right. You don't want someone playing the game being like, wait a minute, there's no how does this guy drink? How is he not dead?
설정 자막 안 나오나 근데 자막 표시되는데
예.
요건 안 나오네.
When I normally play video games, I'm always interested in stuff like, hey, where's the bathroom? So here we have the outhouse, and you can go anywhere. But stuff like water is very important. So in a real fire lookout situation, what they do is they will use like a cistern, and they will capture rainwater from the roof, and you will actually see that we actually have a little pipe down from the roof, and we even have what they call a first flush filter being there, which is actually what they use.
That's my favorite kind of filter, really.
I had to look at what do they do, because once you go, okay, you collect rainwater from the roof, it won't be all
처음부터
nasty,
시작하네요.
and then hey, somebody already figured that out on how to collect rainwater. What do you know?
We actually visited a number of different lookout towers as we were researching the game, and it was always very satisfying to see elements of things we saw in the real world and make their way back into the game, and vice versa.
So we also made sure to have a tab here, like a little faucet, where you can actually get water from the cistern.
Yeah, if you click on it, it will play an animation of a hand gripping a knob and water comes out for 2 seconds. Doesn't do anything,
Yeah.
but it's there.
I think for a while we actually were thinking should we just let the player turn on the water? But then what happens if the water just runs out? And then James had a very good idea of just going just make one animation that you turn on the faucet and turn it off immediately, just so that hey, there's water in here and you won't die. That's Henry.
Not quite. Now you.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you, but 9 times out of 10, folks out here simply got dumped.
Huh, is that it?
Close?
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.
파이어워치 1일차. 이 게임이 그렇게 끝날 줄 몰랐지.
Good morning, Henry. Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
Hey, sorry, guess I slept in.
You gotta relax.
Nels, it feels like you on the team did the most sort of digging about what the real job is like, what is in the actual space, and then
아, 그자. 무의미하네요 여기서. 자, 오늘 게임은 여기까지. 노래 하나 듣고 종료하겠습니다. 오늘 게임은 여기까지 했고, 다들 시청해주신다고, 뭐 지금 보시는 분은 없지만 중간중간에 보시다가 이제 오신 분도 있기 때문에 시청해주신다고 감사합니다. 내일도 방송을 한 8시 9시 그때 킬 것 같네요. 노래 하나 듣고 방종하도록 하겠습니다. 모두들 바이. 잘 자요.
야, 이게 뭐 손전등이 있으나 마나 그 정도까진 아니야. 아니, 있으나 마나야. 어? 뭐야?
There's some guy out here giving me the creeps.
The creeps? Wait, he's looking at you? Is he doing anything else?
I don't think so.
사람이 있어.